What's happening, y'all? In front of you guys in a minute.
So, I guess just ending the season the way you did, how frustrating was it? And then I guess what have they told you the long-term prognosis is with the thumb?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not how you want to end a season, at any point in your career. Now, now I've had two of them where with my ankle and then now this, it's not something that you want to endure and you want to go through. Obviously I would have loved to, been in this, finish the season with the guys and the coaching staff and, everybody. But, that's how it goes sometimes. But, I'm good. It's day by day, week by week. It's really not. I'm almost there already, and I'm only a few weeks in. So, just a few more left, and I'll be 100% by off season. So.
You'll be ready for tight end, you too.
Oh yeah, that's a ways down the road. That's I'll be more than ready by then. So yeah.
We saw the news about A-Land today as well. Just talk about the progression of this year. From Dan taking over play calling. Them deciding to part ways with A-Land just this season for you as well, dealing with new people and just him deciding to go in another direction.
Yeah, obviously, for us and for our tight end, group, we, it was a different transition. We had Ben at the beginning of the year, and then halfway through we had Tanner, because Ben got moved up to passing coordinator, and then now that A-Len's gone, and with the whole coaching staff, it's been an interesting year, obviously, but it's one of those things that we're excited moving forward. Obviously, we're trying to build a winning culture here, and we want to just continue building on everything, and like I said, I think Coach Campbell's doing what he thinks is best, and we're all just trying to move into that winning column. We don't want to do this again. We don't. Obviously we had a couple wins and we're moving in the right direction, but we want to continue that build. So.
You have a certain type of understanding with Coach Campbell as well this year. We talked about it earlier in the year, but just with him being a former tight end and he staying in your position, were you guys able to really develop a connection over the year? Yeah,
there's no doubt. Coach Campbell, he played tight end in the league for a long time, and just being able to get his knowledge on some things and what he did well, and just kind of trying to take some tidbits from him and continue that, just to move forward, and so he's done a really good job with me, and we've obviously built a really good connection over the last year, and just continuing to build that, and just hopefully we'll be here for a while. So.
You just walked up, sorry if you were asked this, but just the emergence of Amon-Ra in the slot the last 6 weeks, what do you think that does for not only you, but the offense next season?
He balled out, obviously he played well the last, 6 weeks, like you said, and, that's good for us to see. Just a young guy coming in, and he obviously got more comfortable throughout the season and being able to make plays when his number was called. I think that just opens up everybody. When a guy does something like that, and, now you have to worry about multiple people, when everybody's out there. And so just opening it up, and they can't just hone in on one guy, and so I think that's going to be obviously an asset in the future, and we'll be able to continue to build on that. So.
Do you have any main focus this offseason, or is it just kind of your same regimen that you go through?
Obviously, I'm going to work out down in Nashville, George, and all those guys. I think me going down there, I think every year I just get, continue to get better. This year at the beginning of the year, it was the best I ever felt, best football that I thought I was playing, and so obviously I'm just going to continue on that and continue to build. But it's just day by day, week by week, just trying to get 1% better, and I think that's what we're trying to do here, build that culture, and then what obviously that builds with everybody. Everybody goes to their respective homes in the offseason, which is kind of a unique thing in the league, and so trusting guys that are that are getting 1% better and just continuing to build. So.
What was the biggest difference between this year's coaching staff as what you had before?
Obviously, they're former players, I think, is the biggest thing. So they know where how this game works, and how long of a season it can be, and so just having Coach Campbell come in every day and be the same guy, and have him. It didn't matter whether or not we lost or won or whatever it is, but he was very consistent throughout the year, and I think that's just something that I feel like he probably went through as a player, was just knowing the fact that a consistent head coach is huge to players, and that obviously translated with all of us, and it was very. It was eye-opening to see, and just I haven't had that, I guess, and so just having that was huge for all of us. So.
Is there a specific area you can point to where Ben Johnson made you a better player?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, Coach Johnson, I mean, he was probably one of the top. I always talk about Brian Ferentz as one of my better coaches in my career, and Ben is definitely at the top. At the top of my being as a guy in the room, teaching you. He's a very good teacher. One of those guys that helped me a ton in my past game, I guess, is just marrying things up. And he was obviously a coach at Miami, a wide receivers coach, and so him and Jarvis were together, and then coming in and he wasn't 100% on the whole blocking thing, and he asked a lot of questions in that. And one of the things that I love about Ben is he was always wanting to learn, and then he was wanting to express it to us. So he would always ask me, like, hey, why'd you do that? What was this about? And then he would be like, all right, this is why I would do it different, or this is what it would be, So we would have more of a football conversation rather than him being a coach and just telling you how it is and how it should be. And so I really enjoyed my time with Ben, and obviously he's going to be here for as long as he wants to be. So he's one of those coaches that helped me a ton with being a player and being able to grow as my past game and building things on each other and using different moves to kind of get separation. And I mean, I can definitely tell you that I was able to take a step in my career because of that. So. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with Ben is he was always he always said that you're the painter and you got the canvas to paint on. So he would give you his tidbits, but he would never kind of tell you how to do it. And he would tell you at the top separation, at the beginning separation, at the line, and he just tells you to be an artist. Don't you're not in a box, and you have a canvas in front of you as your route, and build it as well as you want. You just have to get from point A to point B, but how you get there is how you want to do it. So, it's really nice to have a guy like that, just because you get to be creative, and I get to sit at home and think about all the ways I can get from point A to point B, and how that would work based on their leverage, based on their technique, and yeah, I mean, that's helped me a ton.